Please have my warmest welcome to our Vynners Community, which is an ever-growing community imbued with a common purpose to simplify business operations, bring agility and efficiency at work, espouse safety and sustainability at the core of everything we do every day in and day out at work. So we are here to say a big thank you to all of you and sincerely celebrate our growing community of winners, winners who have embarked on a journey of innovative and transformative business change with us to make every day at work simpler, safer, and faster. For the purpose of this event today, you are our center of best attention. You are our best music makers, our dreamers, and innovative change champions. You as our customers are the ones who have shown your utmost commitment to lead, to inspire, and make a real difference out there. So welcome back to our Vynners Community. Back to you, Hedvig.
Thanks, Rakesh. And I think that was a lovely little intro. And I wonder, should we just give everyone a round of applause? Because honestly, we wouldn't be the team that we are. I think we're more than 50 people today in the company. So we wouldn't be here without you guys. So. Brilliant. So just a little bit of housekeeping before we get started. On the at the bottom of your screen, you should be able to see a chat. It's got a little speak bubble icon, and please interact. Maybe actually at the moment you could start with just introducing, who are you, where are you in a sunny place? I don't know. And feel free to put your reflections, thoughts, questions in the chat box, and we will have some time at the end to go through those. We will be recording, so we are recording this session for the benefit of those who can't make it. At one point, after we've gone through a case study, we will actually stop recording and kind of give you an opportunity to speak freely. I don't know, some people might feel self-conscious being kind of recorded and wondering where that's going to go and stuff like that. So we will have a bit of time for that at the end. And yeah, we really want to just hope this is useful for you, and we also want to learn from you guys. So I hope this can be a very interactive session. So we've just now, with these two events that we've run with the Vynners Community, we have had 11 nominations for Star Vynners, and I'll talk a little bit about what that is in a moment. But here I wanted to just highlight, I kind of created a little word cloud of the kinds of words that you guys have used to nominate, to describe the people that kind of reflect those star qualities. And I just want to highlight, we have things like leadership, safety, value, culture, which are quite big recurring themes. And I think they really align quite nicely with some of our values here at Vyn as well. So onto the Star Vynners. So what is a Star Vynner? It can, it can sound a little bit confusing maybe to some, but our Star Vynners are people who have really gone above and beyond, thought innovatively, thought creatively about how they can optimize, or they can make their work better, make their workplace better for their teams in different ways. So without further ado, I'm going to announce the first Star Vynner for today. And I also wanted to mention, before we get started on the Star Winners, you will have a small opportunity, if you are a Star Winner, you'll have a small opportunity to, put your mic on and share any reflections, maybe 20, 30 seconds. No pressure if you don't, that's absolutely fine. But we wanted to give you an opportunity to kind of just say what that means to you. So without further ado, our first Star Winner is Neuza Vieira. And I really hope I've pronounced that correctly.
It's Neuza Vieira. I can do it. But actually, Nuno is here. He's the one that he has to. Neuza, I don't believe she's here. She's still, she's at the moment, she's not back at the office. But we wanted to recognize her anyway, and she'll be very happy when she's back to receive this, I'm sure. She's worked very hard. So over to you, Hedwig.
Thanks, Mel. Yeah, that's a shame. But I mean, we will definitely pass this on to her and tell her that she has really had a strong drive and collaboration with her team to ensure a successful pilot and commercial deployment with 200 field technicians. And she's really been part of creating the foundation for an open learning culture to onboard less experienced technicians and for a first-time rights approach to avoid unnecessary field visits. So I think we should give her a round of applause, even if she's not here. Thank you. And our next nomination is Nuno. And I'll tell you why. Nuno's strong leadership has ensured a successful pilot and commercial deployment, again, with these 200 field technicians. And yeah, so in fact, he has been working with Neuza to ensure that this open learning culture is successful. So well done, Nuno.
So maybe Nuno, I can persuade him to say some words on his behalf and Neuza, if he's not too shy. But I do want to express my thank you to both of you and Neuza. It's been a pleasure working with you both, with your diligence, your strong leadership, and really pushing the barriers so that every day, every week we can advance, being able to identify, where the challenges were, turn them around, and in the end have a very successful pilot that turned into a commercial deployment. And it's a pleasure working with leaders like yourself and like Neuza, who's part of your team.
Amazing. So before we move on, our next winner actually we have a little video to share announcing the next winner. So I hope you guys can hear this.
When a customer's machine breaks down, we aim to send an engineer within 24 hours at a cost of around £52 per visit. We use our technical expertise to diagnose a fault over the phone to potentially save an engineer visit and to get our customers up and running more quickly. We call this CAFs, or customer assisted fixes. We're always looking for ways to increase the number of CAFs within the team and provide a better service to our customers. Since the end of March, sending video links to our customers to record their issue. Carly Widdop has been instrumental in driving this. As our technical expert, she reviews the VINs and has been able to diagnose faults and in some cases order parts to get the customer up and running more quickly. Initially, we trialled VINs for dishwashers and glass washers, and more recently, we've trialled washing machines and dryers. The dashboard allows us to track the cost and carbon miles saved, and so far, the results have been really promising. Carly Widdop thoroughly deserves to be recognised as a star winner. Well done, Carly. My voice is awful.
Oh, don't say that. I love it.
That was brilliant.
Oh,
Oh, it's not. We have to get used to that here at Vyn. So you'll get used to it. You'll get used to hearing your own voice.
Cringing.
You'll learn to love it.
Congratulations, Carly.
Yeah,
Well
well done,
deserved.
Carly.
Well done, Carly. Well
Thoroughly
deserved.
deserved. She is here somewhere, but I won't make her talk.
Thank you.
Where are you from, Carly?
What did you say, sorry?
Where are you from?
Halifax.
Oh, right. Yeah, it's a bad accent then, yeah.
Oh, well, if you're talking about the video, I'm from Bolton, so it's
I
even
thought
worse.
so. I'm from Wigan.
Oh,
So I
you-
thought,
I lived in Wigan for 20 years. Anyway,
Oh.
And I'm from Oldham. I don't know how we've all got that many northern accents on this one call, to be honest.
Can you all understand the English accents? I don't think your accents are that strong, but
we're just going to local dialect in a minute and you won't understand it at all.
yeah, we can't talk about pie barns.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, Carly. Well done.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Carly.
well done. Absolutely. So the next, we have 3 more. We're halfway through our winners. So we have the next winner is Craig Rayner. Right from day one, Craig has been a digital innovation champion at NWL. That's Northumbrian Water. Craig has been working incessantly over the past 1 year towards improving and delivering better customer service and creating significant value and innovative change for NWL's customers using Vyn or otherwise. Craig has also had the distinction of consistently clocking the highest number of Vyn uploads and views for the 60-second check, which NWL do. So well done, Craig.
Thank you.
Well done,
Very
Craig.
well done, Craig.
Thank you. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I can hear you and we
Yeah.
can see you.
Yeah, like you say, when I was asked to trial the Vyn app, being a bit of a dinosaur, I thought this is going to be a waste of time. But basically, it's probably been one of the best products that Northumbrian Water could have used. When we do start using it, I think it'll be a proper game changer. We've had like meetings with Jennifer and that, and I think when this evolves, like I've already said, it will be a game changer. You're not going on the computer, you're not writing stuff down. Basically, you put your phone up and you say what you see. It's as easy as that.
Thanks, Craig. Yeah, thank you. You've just from the beginning and just having fun with it, embracing it, giving us feedback, improving it. Yeah, it's just been brilliant. And I think, as much as we don't say it's a competition, I think it's fair to say from the early days you've won it for us. But like you said, now that we're rolling it out to everybody across the business, I think some of the videos that you provided us and some of the examples that will just really pave the way for other people knowing how to get the best out of it. So yeah,
I still couldn't find it. I couldn't find a swear word though to go in the box. I tried.
It's not going to pick you up on that one.
No. I'll keep trying.
Thanks, Craig.
Can I ask you, Craig, what was the reason that in the beginning you thought it'd be a waste of time? You thought it'd be
just like you see, you get a lot of products coming in, and basically, it's took a long time working with risk assessments and all that, and kind of being a bit of a dinosaur. You know what you're doing with risk assessments, and then when I was given the Vyn, and from the first step when I went out, probably the hardest thing is when you're talking to your phone. And then when you watch it back and you think how daft you are. But once you get past that, you actually realise it is a really good tool.
I mean, I think everyone has that initial worry about my voice or how do I look if you've got your face in the video. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
And well done again, Craig.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Esther Gomez. And Esther has been a true personification of transformative digital change, innovative thought leadership, and customer value creation for Zund and its industries and customers. Esther has had a very significant role in the adoption and usage of innovative digital end-to-end solutions like Vyn, by Zund and its end customers. So well done. Round of applause for Esther.
Well done, Esther.
Well done, and thank you. And our final star winner is Jalal Alwadai. Jalal has led the deployment of Vyn for safety at PP11, which is a thermal power plant, driving a no life at risk safety culture. He has a very inclusive leadership style, ensuring that all the feedback from customers is heard and has a focus on continuous improvement. He's been recognized for a top 5 regional innovation award by Engie for his leadership in a safety first culture with Vyntelligence. And in fact, we have a small video from him as well. So I'm going to share that now.
It's a real challenge to have different sources of HSE data and reports. Our objective is to have an ideal and sustainable platform that will allow us to capture any hazard at the right time and also to speed up the response and decision-making process. VYN helps us by digitizing and simplifying the HSE reports. The smart video nodes accelerated the visibility and communication to identify and track the hazard and incidents. As a result, VYN provides high quality of data capture, ease to use, also provides an HSE supervisory dashboard with clear visibility to analyze and prioritize the reported issues.
So that was a quick kind of introduction of what you guys might expect from the next part. Again, I forgot to give a round of applause to Jalal. Sorry.
Thank you very much to all of you. Thank you for that.
And we're so grateful to have you here.
Yeah, but maybe my name is not showing on the, I don't know what's the reason. I'm trying also to start my camera, but in vain. Sorry for that, but I am here.
We will do without camera. It's not a problem at all. Maybe Hedvig, if you can put me, or Sherry, you can put me on live, and perhaps you could just put his photograph, you know, on the Vyn that you just shared. Just leave that on so people know, yeah, you know, they can see him. And there you go.
Maybe find a smile. Sorry, Jalal.
Sorry for that. It's a technical issue here in my PC.
No problem, Jalal. The most important thing is that we'll share, we'll have a dialogue and we can share some thoughts, and that's fine. So welcome, Jalal. It's exciting to be here with you. And so for Jalal is the HSE Manager for Engie Durham Power Plant 11, PP11. And it's a real pleasure to have you here, Jalal. And it'd be great if you could give a little bit of an intro about your job and what you're doing and your key responsibilities, because not everybody in this call comes from the HSE health and safety environment. So you and I, we have to be careful, and Hedvig is here as our, she will keep a closer watch on us if we start using any jargon, because, Jalal has taught me all his jargon. So sometimes I'm not even aware that I'm talking jargon. So let us know if we talk too much of a safety jargon. But please share with us, a little bit about, explain to them what is a thermal power plant and what is your role and why is it so important?
Yeah, thank you very much. First of all, the pleasure is all mine to be with all of you today. Thank you. And thanks to Melissa for the introduction also. Briefly, I will introduce myself. My name is Jalal. I'm working as a HSE Manager at PP11 Thermal Power Plant based on Riyadh, KSA. The plant capacity is 1.7 gigawatt of electricity, and the production with 7 gas turbine and 7 boilers and 2 steam turbines. My department, as a health and safety department, is taking care of the occupational health and safety, security, and also the environment issues. A number of employees where we are working with almost 100 plus, but due to some outsource agreements that with some activities there will be an average of 200 plus employees, and we are responsible for the safety inside the plant for everyone, including the contractors. So the HSE department function in general is to ensure that all health and safety procedures are in place, and to monitor the implementation and to improve the HSE culture by building the required skills, and also to monitor and improve the HSE KPIs at the end to achieve the station target. Mainly the activities or the daily routine activities. Melissa is asking for the rule. On daily basis, we are checking the high-risk activities and to be discussed with the relevant parties. And we have to review the job risk assessment, and we have to conduct some safety walls on daily basis. Also, we have to train people, taking around and reporting the hazards, taking action in this regard. Also to participate with the working parties as per requirement, and so on. Thanks for giving me the time to introduce myself.
Thank you, Jalal. So maybe Hedwig, we had a presentation that we weren't going to use, but maybe we could also have that as a backdrop and share it if you're able to. So we'll talk a little bit about the challenge. So the challenge we had was all about sustainable digitalization. And I think many of the people here on the call, because they're all customers, they've, at some point they were having to digitalize, whether it was some paper forms or some digital forms, and transform the way and simplify the way that that data was being captured. So perhaps you could talk to us, one of the latest things that we did more recently was looking at how to transform this, and tell us a little bit about what is a safety walk, because not everybody will know what a safety walk is and why is it important.
Yes, Melissa. As you mentioned the word challenge at the beginning, yes, you are right. It's a bit difficult to have multiple sources of data, and the digitizing is the solution, or the sustainable solution for this. It will not allow, if you have a multiple sources of data, then it will not allow you to properly analyze and prioritize the risk level or the reported hazard. The safety walk, it's a kind of activity in the industry or in the power plants to just have a fresh eye by expert people to visit the working parties during the execution of the work. They will check the process from A to Z by looking to the safety document itself or the work permit. The work permits will include some precautions which is already agreed with the work executor. This will be checked as a kind of audit. And also whatever in the working area hazard or general hazard or process hazard or whatever will be identified and analyzed. So it depends on the risk level, action has to be taken. So this is the idea of safety walk. It's a kind of audit activity, or you can say it's a kind of engagement with the working parties to share your knowledge with them. The working parties, they have different education level, they have different experience, and some of them he's expert in civil work, let's say, but he don't know about the electrical hazard, and it can happen. So this is the main reason or the main function of the safety walk.
So I remember when we started and you had to educate me as well on the process. you shared with me what some of the challenges were, and you had actually, colleagues there, your engineers who are actually, the mechanical engineers that are doing this every day, taking part of the weekly meetings we had. And why did you think it was so important to have the user there?
Yeah, of course. This will allow you to proactively monitor the workplaces, and also to have a frequent review for the job risk assessments. Depends on the work nature itself. So it's important, and most of the hazard which is identified during the safety walk in general, it's if no action taken, then it will be it will lead to some incident, let's say.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And so we wanted to simplify. I remember at the beginning, you used to take about a month for the reports to come in, is one of the things Mr. Cameron shared with us. And the hazards were being done on paper. So maybe we could talk a little bit about, this is the 4 things that we managed to achieve with the Vyntelligence solution. So we were trying to, increase the digitalization, but also as a result, strengthen what was already good, but it strengthened the HSE culture. Maybe we could talk about a little bit about what was the user feedback in terms of the reporting, being simpler, or how they were doing before and the new process.
Yeah, of course, and that's why I like VYN. It's a nice one. It's you can say previously the traditional way of reporting is people will go for the safety walk as a group. They will capture the hazards, and they will go back to the office and they will start writing that hazard on paper or soft copy. Then they will report it. This is the best scenario. In case if he's engaged, the observer engaged with another activity, then maybe he will report it tomorrow, or maybe after 1 week. We don't know. So this will increase the potential risk of that hazard. So this is this is how the way we are reporting previously. Now with the VYN, immediately or at the right time, the observer will just catch the hazard, and immediately it will be easily accessed or visible for everyone who's having the access. Then from multiple eyes, this will be analyzed and they can prioritize the risk itself. Then action can be taken immediately. Yes, it is. It will allow also for the fast respond from the action owner, you can say, or the hazard owner, because this hazard also previously it was reported to HSE. Then HSE will just maybe transfer it to the hazard owner, like this is related to electrical or mechanical department or any other department. But with VYN, the dashboard will allow you to access all hazards at the same time to see.
Hedwig, can you just show the next slide? Because Jalal is explaining the dashboard. And so we have here some views that just to capture and inspire some of our other customers of some of the things that you drove, your leadership. But, here we can see how the different single points of contact responsible, what you're just describing, right? They can tell exactly the status of the different hazards and what's happened. Please go ahead, Jalal.
Yeah, you are right. On the left side, that will show the statistics in general about the teams and how many they have conducted or how many hazards they have captured. And by looking to the single point, this is the action owner, which I mentioned about him. This will allow on to label the hazard which is reported by open or close. Also, it will allow to show the risk level of that hazard. So the response will be based on the priorities. Also, good things that we can make it as a communication channel by commenting on these, and everyone or anyone accessing this can have a comment on it. So yes, for the safety walk, a single point of contact, as you are showing, the responsible is the HSE. You can see also the safety walk hazard, which is reported, we can say, against the HSE, and to follow up, easily follow up with it. So you are right.
Yeah, thank you. So if we go to the next slide, Hedvig, I think one of the final things were, it really has strengthened the no life at risk culture. And maybe you could just bring to life, these were some of the comments from your team. And maybe there's something you want to, share, anything that, they shared personally with you, and how they have been using Vyn and, in their experience.
Yes, you're right. For example, the last minute risk assessment. I'm sorry, maybe you are talking about the safety walk, but I will mention.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's all processes. Yeah.
Yeah, just to as a quality of information, the last minute risk assessment has to be done on the field or on the workplace itself. Some people are filling this somewhere else because maybe they are used to work on the same equipment, then he will get overconfident. VYN, by using the LMRA, it will, of course, as it's mentioned here, it make the user look at the task and think about the hazard itself there at location. If he's holding the smartphone and the smart tool, then yes, right, he will. This will improve the culture, of course, and it will help to enable the slogan which we have.
Absolutely. Thank you. I think to wrap up, Jalal and I, when we discussed, how we wanted to share, and, he talked about how to share the information, we picked up 5 things that we learned as a team that we call key enablers to success. So the first one I'll share, which is very strong leadership. So Jalal, not only what I call is very inclusive leadership, because not only he was leading the process, but he got the users involved. So from day one in the meetings, we had users who were using the app and were giving us feedback, and we could really evolve and make the changes and really have that seamless collaboration to be able to move the project forward. I don't know if you want to talk about, the daily workflow, Jalal, or any of the points that are there.
Oh, thank you very much. This is, it's okay. It was difficult a little bit at the beginning, yes, because to own the process alone, but the main things is to engage people with you. So you will make it accurate feedback at the end, and it will make the work easy by engaging people. Of course, all feedback are respected from everyone. And this is one of the main things to make this success.
Fantastic. I also remember we talked about the strong collaboration, because you were also collaborating, in different teams. You had the mechanical teams, you had feedback not just from the HSE team, but you got feedback from the other departments. And I think that was another point that was very, very helpful in our journey. And I think overall at the end, the visibility of the progress, right? We could really see how week on week things were evolving and improving, and the positive feedback. And so if you have any final words, I want to thank, for sharing with us this journey, and maybe other of our customers, they will also share in the future, and we can all learn from each other. But if you have any other final comments you'd like to share?
Yeah, thank you very much for this, and the weekly progress for the VYN. Of course, it's not a single man effort; it's everyone effort, including you from your side, as we have a weekly meeting to follow up with the points. So Thanks to you and your team. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you very much, Jalal. So back to you, Hedwig.
Thank you, Jalal. Thank you, Mel. And I don't think we have gotten any questions into the chat, but now is your chance. If you have any questions for Jalal on how this has worked for him, or to our team, perhaps on any of the product descriptions or explanation of any of the dashboards or anything like that, feel free to, you can put them in the chat, or you can just get on your own mic. Be happy to take any questions.
Happy if anyone have any question.
I can give you a few minutes just to kind of, if there are any slides that you wanted to see again, we tried to keep it simple, but the dashboards can be quite data heavy. So
one thing we can share, people may ask, how do we track, right? If what's happening, and it's the same for an audit. You can see here some labels. They're like closed. It means it's closed, but on the upper right side, you can see there's some of the situations are pending, some are open, and some are closed, and some are classed as urgent. So what happens is once the users report an observation of a situation that is an at-risk observation, and over here there's a little video of someone, they threw some paper in a metal container, so it was just wrong classification of recycling. So they take safety very seriously, and they take sustainability very seriously. So they even reported, when you make a mistake, and they fix everything there at the thermal power plant. It, really is safety first and sustainability first at every level. But what we find is you can see overall the report of what the hazards are and what the status is. But then every SPOC has their own section on the dashboard where they can click each individual observation and then make a note of whether they are actioning it, whether it's already being fixed, or whether it's something urgent. So it's very simple. And it can also be collaboration. So if Jalal, as an HSE manager, sees something that really needs urgent attention, even though it may be sent to the business services or electrical maintenance, he can put there a label, and highlight that it's an urgent action needs to be taken. And it really strengthens the collaboration across the teams. And the SPOC is a single point of contact, as I mentioned previously. So apologies for my I told you, Jalal's trained me very well. Everything he says, I follow. I know a little bit of the Engie lingo,
It's only when I asked, what is SPOC?
I remember you asked me that.
Yeah.
You can say the action owner. It will be better than SPOC. It's okay.
Well, whatever works for your team, right? So, so what I'm going to do now is for our final little bit, we're running a little bit over time. I'm going to stop the recording,